Friends, this is a very hard cataract. Let us observe the surgical steps. This is the main incision on the posterior aspect of the limbus. And now, one side port is being made on the right side of the main incision. Another side port is being made on the left side of the main incision. And now an air bubble is injected into the anterior chamber. Then trypan blue dye is injected over the anterior capsule of the cataractus lens. Now this is a bit of adrenaline. And now the dye is washed out. The pupil has dilated quite well, and adrenaline has caused some more dilatation. Now in this case I have used modified soft shell technique. This is Viscoat from Alcon. Viscoat is a combination of chondroitin sulfate and sodium hyaluronate. Beneath this Viscoat, this is HPMC. And now Capsulorhexis is to be done. A 26 gauge bent needle is introduced into the anterior chamber and a capsular flap is raised. And now I take a Utrata forceps, hold this capsular tag, go anti-clockwise all around near the pupil, near the margin of the dilated pupil, to get a large round rhexis. Yes, the Capsulorhexis has been very satisfactory in this case. And now hydro dissection. In this case there is no epinucleus, only a huge nucleus, almost black, very hard. I'm doing hydro dissection at multiple points, mobilizing the nucleus slowly, tapping the nucleus, and now the nucleus is rotating nicely. Yes, the nuclear rotation is good. Now again this is Viscoat, and underneath this Viscoat this is HPMC. So this HPMC will push this Viscoat upward, and we know that chondroitin sulfate is a better protector of corneal endothelium. Now in this case I am going to do crater and chop technique. The tip has been exposed a little more than the routine cases, and and making a deep crater. This is a minimally edited surgery. So the crater should be deep. It will cause debulking of the central hard core of this stony hard cataract. Now the bevel is off and some more sculpting is being done. At this time, Phaco power is 85%, flow rate is 20 ml per minute, and vacuum is 100 millimeter of mercury. And now I am going to Phaco 2 mode to hold the nucleus very firmly and chop it. Yes. The tip has gone into the nucleus, and here you see this is the first crack. I am afraid of too much lateral separation, so I leave it here. I am going to rotate the nucleus 180 degree, and along the first crack I can see the first crack. Along this crack I want to separate the nucleus completely. But in this case I failed to do that. The nucleus refused to divide into two heminuclei at this stage. So I rotate it 90 degree, pierce on heminucleus and chop it. Yes, doing some more sculpting at the center. So there is a stubborn leathery posterior plate to which these fragments are attached. So I have got only peripheral cracks and good cracks, but still all these four fragments are attached to each other by the central posterior plate. Here again this is Viscoat, and behind this over the lens this is HPMC. And now with the help of chopper and a Sinski hook I am manually dividing these fragments, separating these fragments. Yes, two fragments are free. I get apex of one fragment. At this time I notice that the pupil has started becoming small. However, I want to emulsify these two free fragments with this size of the pupil. I am in Phaco 2 mode at this time. Ultrasonic power is 85%. Flow rate is 45 ml per minute. Vacuum is 450 millimeter of mercury. This is a large fragment and it is getting emulsified very nicely. Yes, one fragment has been emulsified and this is the other fragment. I get onto the apex of this fragment and start emulsifying this fragment. The fragment is touching the pupillary margin very frequently and the pupil is becoming smaller. And since a large heminucleus is still there, I am thinking of dilating the pupil somehow. So I have asked for adrenaline. Here goes the adrenaline. But it has been observed that if you apply adrenaline in the middle of the surgery, the effect is not much, and I observed the same thing. Adrenaline couldn't dilate the pupil much. So I am applying this pH pupil expander. The leading flange has been tucked under the iris. Now this is a full flange towards monoclock. It has been tucked. This tucking is being done by BX23 gauge forceps, which opens vertically. And this is the third flange being tucked at 9 o'clock. And now I'm going to emulsify these two fragments of the other heminucleus. I'm doing it very slowly. The cataract is very hard. I'm using Viscoat very frequently, and this is the last fragment. It is very large and pointed. I don't want the apex to go towards the posterior capsule. This is Viscoat and this is HPMC. And now I want to make this apex blunt so that even if it goes towards the posterior capsule, it doesn't apply pressure at a particular point. Yes, the apex has been attacked. And now I'm trying to make some maneuvers so that the apex doesn't hit the posterior capsule. And now this is the last portion of the nucleus. I remove the chopper, leakage from the side port stops, posterior capsule goes towards vitreous cavity, and I slowly emulsify the last nuclear fragment. And now there are very small bits of nucleus. I want to remove that first. And I'm going to remove these small pieces with the help of this Simcoe cannula. Just guide it out. And now I've started cleaning the cortex. Very little cortex is there in this case, and there is no epinucleus. The whole epinucleus has been incorporated into the nucleus. And now I'm going to implant a foldable intraocular lens. This is HPMC, and a hydrophobic intraocular lens is being implanted in the capsular bag. Here it is. This is Superfove from Appasamy Associates. The lens is being dialed so that the haptics are 90 degrees away from the main incision, so that I can go behind the lens easily and remove the viscoelastic substance from the capsular bag. Now I have to remove the B-hex pupil expander. What I do is I take the B-hex forceps, hold this flange, bring it centrally, and then go anteriorly over the iris, and the whole thing is disengaged. Now I hold it just in front of the main incision and pull it out. Beautiful. There is no need of any injector to remove this pupil expander device. Now the viscoelastic substance is being removed thoroughly. The antechamber is irrigated. Now I'm going behind the IOL and thoroughly irrigating the capsular bag. Now I'm using irrigation and aspiration together. So the case has been done nicely. The antechamber tended to become shallow, so I injected air bubble, and now I'm going to inject moxifloxacin and then close the paracentesis openings by stromal hydration. If we hydrate stroma, corneal stroma on either side of the stab incisions, the stab wounds will close. Here it is. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video will help you in developing your surgical skills. Please improve your skills every day. Be a great surgeon and serve the mankind with great skills. Always give a final lavage of the anterior chamber and then conclude the case. See the main wound. There is no wound. This is the beauty of Oatley Cataracts 3. And these are the post-op pictures. There's mild corneal edema at the center. Peripheral portion is clear. The mild corneal edema is likely to dissolve within 3-4 days. So it has been a very satisfactory surgery. Thank you very much.